I never dreamt of becoming a prostitute. That wasn't something I ever wanted to be.
But that is exactly the life Jasmine Marino lived for years, when at 18 she was introduced to the sex trade by a man whom she thought wanted to be her boyfriend.
He was handsome, and he had jewelry, and he had nice clothes, and he had a wad of cash. He would plant seeds of doubt in my mind. He would say, like, why would you want to work at a hair salon? You can own one. Why would you want to go to school for journalism? That's stupid. So you're having sex anyways, why don't you get paid for it? He presented it as like empowerment. And that's what the commercial sex trade does.
The plan? Send Jasmine to work in a massage parlor to learn her new trade. But when she had second thoughts, she learned getting out wouldn't be easy.
When was the first time that he beat you?
Very soon into it.
Then began 5 years of being shopped around, sometimes online. She would meet the Johns in homes, office buildings, and motels, all in quiet suburban settings.
A lot of people think trafficking is different. It's foreigners who are shipped here in crates, or trafficked, meaning you have to be, smuggled in, or, yeah, they don't see it as your average American girl or boy.
Do you think people would be shocked to realize that there's sex trafficking going on in the suburbs, like in Saratoga?
Yes. Bree Phillips is the street outreach case manager for Captain Community Human Services. She logs hundreds of miles in Saratoga, Fulton, and Montgomery counties, seeking out young people who are homeless or at risk of being homeless.
When you have no money, no food, no way to get to help, where do you turn for help?
So basically, this is making them ripe for sexual exploitation.
Yes.
She recently located one young woman living with several men in a tent in this encampment in Saratoga.
I mean, they were giving her a place to sleep, but that place to sleep was in the woods. And that's when the term survival sex comes in.
Basically, survival needs, what we can get them from day to day.
Instead of judgment, they offer essentials for a transient life.
So yeah, fully stocked.
But they also offer a way back home, or to a safe place, like with a relative or a shelter.
A lot of the times the kid just doesn't have anyone to talk to, and that's been a huge role of what we do, is just sitting and listening.
We're seeing it's our homegrown kids. It's our kids that were born and raised right here.
John Kelly oversees the Saratoga County Safe Harbor Program, a community response to sex trafficking.
Sometimes it's family dynamics, other things that play into it, sometimes substance abuse, and then they fall into this kind of a spiral or a trap. And then this person comes along who promises them great things.
Like I was like back and forth, so confused.
You really thought you were in love with your trafficker?
Yes. And look at this journal. I took a picture of it. It says, "Help me, please. Someone please help."
Who were you writing that to?
I don't know. But I needed help. And I knew it, but I had no one to help me.
It took a few years and recovery from drug addiction, but Jasmine did leave the sex trade. Now a wife, mom, and advocate, she turned her experience and her old journal into a message of hope.
If there's something you could say to someone who's being trafficked, who's in the life of prostitution, what would you tell them?
Yeah, there's a better way. You don't have to live like that. That's not what you were designed or created to do. And there's a plan for your life. And I know it seems really hard and hopeless right now, but I promise we do recover.
John Kelly says traffickers are being arrested, but that their victims often return to the life of prostitution mainly because they don't really see themselves as victims. If you are someone who's being trafficked or you know someone who is, you can reach out to Captain by calling them at 518-903-1636. Anya Tucker, News 10, ABC.